I am getting some stuff ready. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. What is this doing? Okay. Put that in the podcast. Okay, I guess that's good. Wow, that's at 100%. So, there we go. Good morning. Good morning. Today we're going to get into these Amazon layoffs. Just never can take a break.
Metro Atlanta.
Now, with the Amazon layoffs that we got a couple of months ago, plus the ones a few days ago, it's totaling up to about 30K layoffs. And people are losing their job and going through the most. This is crazy. Unexpected for people. And they not prepared for this. It says, somebody said in the comments, Amazon is hiring drivers. Really? Now, I think these are a lot of, see, AI is taking all over. They really are. Where did I get this from? It's taking over people's employment right now. This is not good at all. And a lot of people got their notice through an email. 1 second before we start. I'm trying to save my settings. Okay. So that's good. And we'll get into these videos right now.
UPS is now announcing another round of job cuts affecting tens.
Oh, no. First, I'm going to start off with UPS because UPS laid off, they say 30,000 people and people in 2026. So probably in the last 6 months, 30,000 from UPS and 30,000 from Amazon. That's a lot of people waking up to no job. When people got bills and things to pay for and no time to play games. Like, did these people get a severance package? Hurry up and get unemployment. Because that's insane.
Of thousands of positions. 11 Live's Ariana Meniz posted this video to explain what it means for customers and the company.
UPS just dropped a bomb during their earnings call today. They are cutting up to 30,000 more jobs in 2026. And this comes after they already eliminated 48,000 jobs last year. Do the math. That is 78,000 jobs gone in just 2 years. To put that in perspective, UPS has about 490,000 employees worldwide. They are cutting roughly 16% of their entire workforce. 1 out of every 6 workers. Gone. And they are not done. They are also closing 24 buildings in the first half of this year. Last year, they shut down 93 buildings. That's nearly 120 facilities closing in less than 2 years. So what's going on? Why is one of the biggest delivery companies in America gutting itself like this? One word, Amazon.
And affecting a lot of lives. And they said Amazon. Amazon supposed to be the reason? No, Amazon letting folks go too. I don't think that's true. Because if Amazon was doing so good, they wouldn't be closing them stores like that.
For years, Amazon was the biggest customer of UPS. Those brown trucks were hauling millions of Amazon packages every single day. It seemed like a great deal. Tons of volume, steady business. What could go wrong? But here is what UPS figured out. Amazon was killing them. The profit margins on Amazon deliveries were terrible. UPS moved a massive volume of packages but barely made any money on them. The company's chief executive officer, Carol Tome, described the Amazon business as extraordinarily dilutive. That is corporate speak for we are losing our shirts on this deal. Think about it from the perspective of UPS. They were spending billions on trucks, planes, buildings, and workers. They were burning fuel, paying overtime, and building out infrastructure, all to deliver Amazon packages for pennies on the dollar. Meanwhile, Amazon was getting cheap delivery while building its own network to eventually cut UPS out completely. Those blue Amazon vans you see everywhere are Amazon's own drivers, not UPS. Amazon started delivering its own packages because it did not want to pay UPS and FedEx anymore. UPS was basically training its own replacement. So last year, UPS made a decision. They told Amazon they were cutting the relationship by more than half. By the second half of 2026, UPS will be handling 50% fewer Amazon packages than before. Think about that. Imagine telling your biggest customer that you are cutting their business in half. That takes guts. Or desperation. Maybe both. Here is what Tome said on today's call. By the end of 2025, UPS had already reduced Amazon's volume by about 1 million packages per day. 1 million packages every single day, just gone from their network. And in 2026, they are planning to cut another 1 million packages per day. That is 2 million fewer packages per day compared to where they were. 2 million packages is a staggering number. That is roughly 700 million packages per year that UPS is walking away from. Now, when you cut that much volume,
and also, she did make a public announcement that they was cutting those jobs too because of AI. I got an inside scoop on the forklifts running
you do not need
with AI. It's not even a person driving the forklift in the warehouse no more. It's a robot. So they took those jobs too.
as many workers. You do not need as many trucks. You do not need as many buildings. So everything has to shrink. The CFO, Brian Dykes, explained how they are doing the cuts. They are offering buyouts to full-time drivers, and they are counting on regular attrition, which means people quitting or retiring and just not replacing them. They did the same thing last year. It is not mass layoffs where everybody gets pink slips on the same day. It is a slow squeeze. Buyouts here, attrition there, buildings closing one by one. But make no mistake, 30,000 jobs are disappearing this year. That is 30,000 paychecks, 30,000 families affected, 30,000 people who need to figure out what comes next. Last year's cuts were supposed to be around 20,000 jobs. That is what UPS announced back in April. But the actual number came in way higher. They ended up cutting 34,000 operational positions, plus another 14,000 management jobs, almost 50,000 total. So when they say up to 30,000 this year, do not be surprised if the real number ends up higher.
Wow. So you talking about 50,000 people just life change instantly in this horrible job market. That's crazy. And I tell y'all all the time, when y'all see stuff like this, have an exit plan. Because you just never know. They stay in the news. If last year you got that pink slip, that was a warning. Because nobody's safe. They didn't do anything, but 12 months later, less than 12 months, because it's not April yet, turn right back around and do it again. They are cutting down. They are replacing the call center with AI. They replacing forklift drivers. A lot of tech jobs out the door. Things are changing big.
These estimates have a way of growing. Now here is what should worry everybody, not just UPS workers. UPS is basically admitting that their old business model does not work anymore. Being a delivery company for e-commerce giants like Amazon is not profitable enough to survive on. This is a company that has been around since 1907. They have survived 2 world wars, the Great Depression, recessions, fuel crises, you name it. And now they are saying that delivering packages for the biggest retailer on the planet does not make them enough money to keep going the way they were. That tells you something about how brutal the delivery business has become. Amazon squeezed them on price. Amazon took their volume, and then Amazon built a competing delivery network to take even more business away. It is a masterclass in how to dominate your suppliers and then replace them.
UPS just announced 30,000 job layoffs in 2026 in the U.S. What? Yes, UPS, the United Parcel Service, just announced 30,000 job layoffs in 2026 and closing 24 service centers. What? Yes. Why would they be doing this? Well, a slowdown in packages, a slowdown in purchasing. Amazon, they say, have slowed quite a bit, and I wonder why they've slowed down. Let's see. Who's in charge of the tariff policy in this country that makes things become?
Guys, this was the video of people at the Amazon Fresh store waiting in line an hour because the deals was just too good to miss. 2.5 hour wait. Wow. For folks had bills, they was getting $400 worth of groceries for $200. Definitely a deal. They eliminating those Amazon Fresh stores. They're not doing it.
Amazon Fresh is going out of business and you guys have to run. When I say run, I mean sprint to Amazon Fresh. The deals are absolutely insane. Right now, everything is 50% off. Literally boxes of pasta for 89 cents, 59 cents, depending on what brand. Everything's name brand, nothing cheap or anything like that. Ground beef for $3, half price on the chicken breast. Like when I mean half price, I mean half price. These 90% lean were $3 per pack, normally like $6 or $7. Oh my God, please put the comments.
Oh, yes, that's a deal. Those things are $5, $6. That's a big deal. So if you guys live near Amazon Fresh, you better go on up there and stock that pantry because you go get some good food on discount. That's what's going down. Wow. That is amazing. Let me turn on something right quick. That is an amazing deal. You can't beat that. I hate to see the stores closing though. Put this post out here. Yeah. The deals is out there. I don't stay near Amazon Fresh at all. I wish I did. And the one that's close by, probably almost 2 hours away, I bet. Yep. Hold on one second.
Cheese, sauce, everything on sale. When I say everything, I mean everything. Like household products, paper towels, dog food, normally $40, $20. Like, I'm telling you guys, $169 for those protein yogurts. I'm telling you, if you have not gone to Amazon Fresh, and if you have an Amazon Fresh near you, run, don't walk. You don't want to miss the sale. The lines get super, super long, so please be mindful. Do not miss out on this opportunity because it seriously won't happen again, guys.
If you live near an Amazon Fresh store, you should head there now because almost everything is half off, and they are going to be putting everything on half off until the stores close, which I think happens this weekend.
Amazon announced it's closing all of its Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go stores across the country. This store in Marple Township was a madhouse today as shoppers rushed to get discounted groceries. The last day for all of the stores is Sunday, and Amazon is trying to clear the shelves. A lot of products like diapers were 50% off. Workers were told Wednesday morning that come Sunday they wouldn't have jobs. Amazon is also laying off 16,000 corporate workers.
October, when Amazon announced layoff, they were saying we will lay off 10% of the workforce. And if you look at the numbers, that's exactly happened.
Amazon said that some of the fresh stores could become a Whole Foods.
Okay, so they did get a warning because I was like, oh my God. But at the store, sound like they just told you this week, hey, Sunday, you're not going to have a job. Just putting people in a bind. The job market is trash right now. It's almost like when you're working at these places, you got to have an application on deck just in case it goes down, because you don't know if your name gonna be in that pot.
But there's actually a Whole Foods not too far from this Marple Township store in Edgemont. So shoppers here say that's not necessarily what they want. We still don't know what could become of this huge retail space.
Hey, yo, I heard all the Amazon stores are closed. I got one that's like 1 block away. I'm finna go see what's going on over there. High key, it looked like it's a bunch of people in front of the door. Hold up. Yeah, I can't tell what's going on, but it don't look good. So it's like a bouncer situation? Gotcha.
We're trying to get into the club.
Okay, yeah, I had no idea. I was just coming to get a little snack, so.
Genuinely, yeah.
I got bouncers at the Amazon store. In the club. So I just made it up in here. I'm going to put this cart back. I'm gonna need a bigger one. I ain't gonna be enough to hold it down. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm over here in the Amazon store. They going crazy. All of the alcohol is gone. It's all super, super inexpensive. I'm about to stock the whole bar. You gotta stock the whole bar. You got to. Hey, yo, all the food deals are crazy. I just got a pear for 39 cents. I just got some bacon for $1. I just got mad bottles. All I'm saying is if you stay near any Amazon store, like Amazon Fresh, pull up in real life in person. You won't regret it, I promise. Fucking Haagen-Dazs is $1.50. What? I wasn't even supposed to be getting no groceries today, but I went absolutely insane. I'm gonna let y'all know how much everything costs, but this is a full buggy if I do say so myself.
Wow, that's a deal. He just said he got bacon for $1. You ain't gonna find that deal nowhere. Yeah, I will definitely stand in that line for 2 hours to get a awesome deal. Ice cream for $1. The Amazon Fresh, y'all, that's the place to be this week. Make sure you get up in there and go through there. The whole store is on discount. You can't beat that.
And I'm standing in another line like I'm at the club. Like, this is crazy. Shout out to Amazon, but also fuck you, Amazon.
Oh, yeah. I hate everybody lost their job, though.
The lick was hit. I repeat, the lick was hit. And this nice lady decided to drive me home because I had too many bags. Shout out to the community. But it was the most convenient gentrification.
It was.
You can go get you a bottle, you can get you some breakfast food, you can get you some toilet paper, some sick medicine.
Everything.
And that Walgreens over there is garbage. I hate that Walgreens.
It used to
I hate
be
that
the
Walgreens.
best.
No, you can't have the liquor cabinet open over here.
I was in shock.
Somebody just didn't
This is
think.
my turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then I'm right here.
In this building too, so that's perfect.
All right, I'm gonna put this stuff in there. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be right here.
let's go check out the Amazon Go store after they've laid off the entire team. I've heard that it's offering half off on all of the items. I'm not there for the sales, but just to make sure that I have one more time in the store before it really closes. The store is located right under a building called Day One, and I think it's probably one of the main buildings at Amazon. Here we are. Oh wow. Is this still open? Yes. Just a few items left. I wonder if I can still use my palm scan. I think it stopped working. It's like empty. There's basically nothing left here. Quite sad. Look at all these cans. So I guess that's it. That's the end of the Amazon Go store. Quite sad. I think even if companies try new technology and fail to scale it, they should still continue to do it and be encouraged to do so.
That's sad because at the end of the day, people, when they gonna realize that people really don't want self checkout? That's not something that everybody wants. People are still used to having real interactions, real life people. Y'all think that robot stuff gonna work, but at the end of the day, the robots can't buy your product. So if y'all keep letting people go, and it's hard for them to find a job. You know, it's people out here that said they haven't been able to find a job for a year or more. The people that put in thousands of applications, 100, 600, 500. Like nobody want to talk about that. It's insane. Sometimes AI help and sometimes it's just a bad idea. Who is it working for? Because you can't buy anything without a paycheck. And if too many people get let go and too many people are in a tight squeeze with finances, we're looking at a collapse. We're looking at a full-blown collapse. And you ain't gonna be able to change that. That doesn't work. So you keep thinking that this AI is helping, but it's hurting. A forklift riding off a robot. That's crazy.
So I just got laid off from Amazon. I was one of the 14,000 people who got an email at like 4 in the morning saying that your role has been eliminated. So honestly, what am I feeling right now? I'm kind of numb. I'm kind of in shock of just how it was handled because I literally had no idea. Like literally imagine just waking up one day, it's a regular Tuesday, you check your phone, see what time it is, and you see you got an email that your role is being eliminated. Genuinely, when I saw that on my phone, I thought it was spam because I'm like, no way, like, what do you mean that it's an email? So I go on my work laptop, I find out I'm locked out of my laptop, and I check my email. I lost access to my laptop. I don't have badge access. I literally haven't heard anything from my manager, hear nothing from my coworkers. And it's just like, you're just locked out. And it's so crazy because, so I was there for only like a little over a year, but I have a coworker who was there, it was gonna be his 13th anniversary. Being there for 13 years, and this is the way that we find out, and it's just kind of like, you, like, oh, like it's just so crazy to me because, like, you spend so much of your energy at your job, right? And for you to just find out in this way, it's like a very shitty feeling. I'm gonna be so honest. It's like, well, what was the point of me doing any of that? And like, as someone who has quote unquote done the right thing, like I'm a child of immigrants, so I had to I chose the engineering route, but I studied engineering in college. I had 4 internships in undergrad. I 2 of them were in big tech. After graduating, I was at Microsoft and now I'm at Amazon. And it's like, on top of that, never have gotten negative feedback for any of my performance reviews. And it's like, you can do everything right, but at the end of the day, your future is not in your hands when you work for someone. And it's like, it just blows my mind because I feel like as a society, we, especially like when you're come from like a family of immigrants, like, work.
I'm reading some of the comments. It says 14,000 people.
Let's go check out
Oh,
the
I
Amazon
didn't mean to
Go.
change it.
So I just got.
Somebody else said 11 years and they was let go. I was laid off after 11 years. I've seen people that say 20. That's the thing. When something like this happens, time ain't nothing but a number. That's why you can't pour everything into a job. Because they'll let you go. You can be there 30 years, they'll let you go. When it's time to cut, the cuts don't have no name on it. It's a number as a whole that this many got to go. Coming from the top, because we cutting budget. We saving money. So we got to cut first with the payroll. It's important to save money, y'all. Because when it rains, it pours. And you just never know. And you don't want to be in a situation where you can't pay your bills until you get something else. Or you got stuff getting repossessed while you wait. Because that's a headache within itself. The bills don't stop. Their car insurance still got to be paid. And that car note. So you just never know when your life can change just like that. And it don't even have to be a layoff. That applies with being sick. You get a certain age, you think you doing well. I've seen people drop at work. I had a coworker, she was in her 40s. 2, matter of fact. Because the second one I knew, she wasn't, I had left already and heard about her through friends. These ladies in their 40s and just drop. One had a child, left without a mother. Departments come clear your stuff out and throw it away if your family don't take it. So life can change at the drop of a dime. All it takes is the main person doing everything to get sick. And then you stuck and left with the pain of how we gonna pay everything. So saving is very important. But don't pour everything into your job where it's a birthday party and you decline because you got to go to work. It's time for a vacation. You don't go because you just be working all the time. You don't set that time aside for yourself to work, to be off, because you got to have work-life balance. If you don't have work-life balance, then what's the point of working? You don't work to live. Like, meaning that's the only thing you do. You have a personal life. Because you see what happens, right? When they don't need you no more. Now you done cancel going to that barbecue. You done cancel going to that function. You done cancel putting your vacation as a priority. And the moment it's time to hit the chopping block, your name on the list. Now that's heartbreak right there. That's painful. And you hear so many stories about it. So many people will tell you that. They'll be like, I put all my time in that job. Don't do that. I just seen a YouTube video. A lady said that. I wish I knew her name. It was a while ago and I came across it. She said, I put all this time in a job. She was warning people, don't do that. You mess around and feel like crap once they let you go. Because she felt like that's all she did was like, work, my job, and put her time in there and put that first. And after umpteen years, she making a video saying, man, y'all don't do it. Don't you do that. Regret. That's what it was. She had regret. Regret she allowed or was blinded to that. Because there's a lot of people waking up. It's some videos with people crying. I didn't even upload it to show y'all because I don't want to show y'all that. But it's some videos with people in tears. Because they sat right here and don't know what's the next step. What to do. There should be some kind of thing like when a person loses their job, that the bill company will give you like 90 days to find something else, at least 90. But life doesn't work like that. That bill be due in 30 days. And it's like, okay, well, I just lost my job. How am I going to pay this? Late fee. Shut off. That's next. Repossession. Because I was just watching a guy that was in his 20s lost his job and he lost his apartment, right? So he lost his apartment. He was like, I can't believe this, man. I'm finna get evicted. This is my first eviction in my 20s. And I didn't get evicted because I just wasn't paying. I got evicted because I just lost my job. So he's looking at his name as he finna have a eviction on it. And he was very devastated. I had to tell him, man, it's not your fault. Although it feels like failure, you didn't actually fail because you can't help when they do a cut and let you go. So if you got to move back home or move in with friends, that's just life. But don't be too harsh on yourself because you did what you're supposed to do. You went to work. You paid your bills when everything was fine. Sometimes these things happen and people blame themselves. One thing I always say is make sure that you recognize the warning signs. The warning signs to me right now, they just let off all these people at UPS and Amazon. So with that being said, make sure you got some kind of tux to be in a row to get on up out of there. Yet it may be some applications you putting in. Because I don't trust you when you do that. And see, a lot of people do. Like they'll see a big layoff and they'll hear about it. Like say you working at the company. Like Tyson. My last video, Tyson just let off all those people, right? So say you working at the company and Tyson lays off the amount. I have to look it up because I don't give out no false numbers. Tyson let go of all those people, right? I would still be paranoid about Tyson if I worked there. Because look what happened. Not even less than 11 months. We back again with UPS. Less than 6 months, we back again with Amazon. So if your name didn't get picked out the hat the first time, that don't mean they finished. So I would be like, oh Lord, I gotta have some kind of backup, a side gig, a 2 job, something. Cause I don't trust you. Y'all acting funny up in here. And I guess if you just got let go on this second batch, you probably thought you was safe because you made it past that first one. And now people feeling the pain. These jobs ain't loyal to nobody. They don't care. That's what people got to realize. Because when it's time to pay your shit, where they at? Sending you a text message, sending you an email, talking about farewell. And I hope y'all can get some kind of unemployment and that get approved fast. Because it's just life disruption right now. It was so sad watching all those people at Tyson turn in their coats and they, because they wear helmets in their warehouse, turning in their badges. They had nowhere to go. And you can tell they had nowhere to go because they stayed there till the very last day. That's how you can tell it was nowhere else to go. These people ain't gave you, for instance, say, we got 30 days. We closing the door. If you still see a person there to the last day, they either need the money or don't have nowhere else to go. Because they had somewhere else to go, they would have had transferred and traded within those 30 days and been on to the next venture. But when you have that, did you see the line? All you have to do is play back my last video. The line of people that was still there on the very last day was a shame. And that's what America is facing right now. Everybody's saying goodbye and not going to see their friends like that no more. Losing their incomes and life about to be turned upside down for some people. The town was already, what they say, 11K? And 4,000 jobs was cut? Get out of here. It's too much. About like when they were shutting down all the factories in Detroit. People was going through that. That's too much.
Got laid off from Amazon. I was one of the 14,000 people who got an email at like 4 in the morning saying that your role has been eliminated. So honestly, what am I feeling right now? I'm kind of numb. I'm kind of in shock of just how it was handled because I literally had no idea. Like literally imagine just waking up one day, it's a regular Tuesday, you check your phone, see what time it is, and you see you got an email that your role is being eliminated. Genuinely, when I saw that on my phone, I thought it was spam because I'm like, no way, like, what do you mean that it's an email? So I go on my work laptop, I find out I'm locked out of my laptop, and I check my email. I lost access to my laptop. I don't have badge access. I literally haven't heard anything from my manager, hear nothing from my coworkers. And it's just like, you're just locked out. And it's so crazy because, so I was there for only like a little over a year, but I have a coworker who was there, it was gonna be his 13th anniversary, being there for 13 years. And this is the way that we find out. And it's just kind of like, you, like, oh, like it's just so crazy to me because like you spend so much of your energy at your job, right? And for you to just find out in this way, it's like a very shitty feeling. I'm going to be so honest. It's like, well, what was the point of me doing any of that? And like, as someone who has quote unquote done the right thing, like I'm a child of immigrants, so I had to like I chose the engineering route, but I studied engineering in college. I had 4 internships in undergrad. I 2 of them were in big tech. After graduating, I was at Microsoft and now I'm at Amazon. And it's like on top of that, never have gotten negative feedback for any of my performance reviews. And it's like, you can do everything right, but at the end of the day, your future is not in your hands when you work for someone. And it's like, it just blows my mind because I feel like as a society, we, especially like when you're come from like a family of immigrants, like, you know, work hard to get a really good job, work in corporate, don't do anything risky. And it's like you do that and you literally have no control if you get a bad manager. You have no control if what you're working on gets deprioritized or, you know, the company decides to be more lean and make things less bureaucratic. Like you have no control over that. And like I feel like I just worked so hard to do the right things and this was such a huge slap in the face of like I always had an entrepreneurial spirit in me and I've always wanted to do that, but like this experience honestly like is screaming to me that it really, you will never feel safe or secure without you like doing something for yourself. But yeah, so crazy. I'm still processing it, to be honest. I'm just like it doesn't feel human the way that we found out. Like I didn't even talk to my manager. None of that happened. Like I literally thought it was gonna be a regular day. I wake up, I'm cut out of everything, and you're just kind of expected to carry on with your day. But yeah, so crazy. I also honestly think everything happens for a reason, and this is a blessing. And anyone who was affected, I think we're gonna be like so okay and so fine. But honestly, like I think you just also just need to process what just happened. Yeah.
I got laid off from Amazon 2 weeks ago today. I received an email at like 5:48 a.m. in the morning saying, unfortunately, your role has been eliminated. And it was honestly just like the biggest shock and biggest wake up.
See, this one right here was the one earlier in like November because they just did 2. Did it a couple of days ago and they did it a couple of months ago. And she's telling her experience on how she was let go.
Call for myself. I woke up that morning and I just treated it like another day. And when I logged into my laptop, I was completely locked out. I was like, maybe I'm just like putting in the password wrong. I have no idea what's going on. And that's when I decided to like check my cell phone. There was a text that I got that said like, before you go into work, please check your personal email for recent updates to your job. And I was like, no fucking way. After 5.5 years, I got a text and I got an email. There were people that had been there for 20 years, 13 years, 11 years that got the exact same email that I did. To figure out this way is so dehumanizing, and honestly, I'm just like so angry. I found out I got laid off at 9 a.m. and I didn't hear anything from my manager until like 12:30 p.m. because that's when he supposedly learned. Through this, I was honestly just like so disappointed in myself for knowing better than to give my full self to this job. These companies just like really see you as a number and they really don't care about you, and that's okay. At the end of the day, I learned that this is just business and that I was a fool for putting more of myself into this company than truthfully I should have. I'd given so much of like my emotional and mental self to this job for them to just like say, okay, we need to do budget cuts. Employee 123 looks like they're costing this much, let's cut them. The only way that I'm ever gonna be safe is working for myself and doing something for myself. And honestly, I learned this a few years ago. The first time leaving tech, I realized that they brainwash you in tech to making you think that this is the only way to survive and that you will be lost without them. After I left tech and then came back, I realized that like this is just a system that I'm buying into. But
Yeah, tech is the last thing you want to be in right now. It's really bad. Happy Friday, y'all. Just letting y'all know the news update on what's happening now with these Amazon cuts.
Amazon announced the layoffs early this morning, just hours after an internal email went out to staff by mistake. The email incorrectly stated that employees had already been notified that they lost their jobs. It made it clear layoffs were coming, but at that point, employees had not yet been officially informed. Amazon leadership said, quote, "We've been working to strengthen our organization by reducing layers, increasing ownership, and removing bureaucracy. While many teams finalized their organizational changes in October, other teams did not complete that work until now. These layoffs are in addition to those 14,000 jobs cut back in the fall. Impacted employees will have 90 days to look for another role within the company. Those who don't transition will receive severance, benefits, and career support." The company also announced this week that it's closing all Fresh and Amazon Go stores. There are 11 stores here in Western Washington. Amazon announced the closures this week. Sunday will be the last day for stores here in
I see in the comments somebody said boycott Amazon. Nobody's gonna boycott Amazon and they send stuff in 2 days and it come to your front door. That's not gonna happen. It's a lot of people like Amazon. I'm sorry, y'all can say what you want to say, and that's just the truth. But good thing is they getting severance packages. Wow. I just pray everybody get them a job and things go smooth. But y'all know first quarter is the cutback season. Gosh. Let me know what y'all think about this, honey. I am just, hey, we Southern economists, let you know what's going on in these streets. I am out.